is Josef Fares, and I'm the creator and game director for a downloadable title, Brothers. Yeah, it was Pong. I mean, so it was. I'm from Lebanon. I mean, I pretty much owned every console, but the real, the real, of course, when I, played Super Mario, the first one on the 8-bit, that was really great. But my biggest love for games, and I think that's also my inspiration for this game, is the 16-bit era RPGs. The Chrono Triggers, the Zelda Link to the Past, Soul Blazer, Lufia, yeah, all those games which I love. You know. This is a big question. I can talk 1 hour about this. I have many opinions about most things, but if you ask me, like, what I think is that, a hardcore gamer like me, and I think I talk to many people out there, we kind of, like, it's becoming more rare and rare that we play games that we really like. It's linear or open. That for me doesn't matter. The experience is about how good is the game. And right now you have, of course, many games out there which are good, but many games kind of feel repetitive. They feel the same. It doesn't feel like it's bringing something new to the table and fresh. Of course, I'm generalizing. I mean, there are many games. I love the Naughty Dog, games. I'm looking really forward to The Last of Us. I think that's looking to be really kick-ass. And there are other games like Bioshock Infinite I'm looking forward to, and many games. But I think that, and I hope that we will have more games that try to do something different. And I'm glad that Steam is letting independent developers doing new different stuff, because I mean, I personally buy those games just to support them, even if they're not executed perfectly or whatever, and I just want to support them just because I think those games will pretty much change and revolutionize the industry in the end. Because I think you and me, who love games and playing games all the time, we won't be able to play, FPS for the rest of our lives. We need something else. But those games are important. They are there as well. We need all kinds of games, but we need more games, and we need definitely publishers who dare to take risks at some points and make quality games, make games that are different and sticks out, because we will get older, we will demand more of games. Touched me emotionally. To be honest with you, maybe I'm a very hard character, but of course I would like to say Journey. Of course that's like, but I think to really touch me emotionally, I would have to say Mario Galaxy 2.
Okay.
You know why? Because I think not a game, and I can't say Brothers is, I don't know, hopefully, but there's not one game till today that touched me so I cry, or I can touch me so and that, many people talk about cry, but to be touched is not about crying. Crying is not being emotionally touched. Emotionally touched can be very happy, or can be, very glad, or, and that's what Mario Galaxy 2 did to me. It was a mix between great level design, absolutely fantastic graphic, very colorful and playful and genius, gameplay. And that was, I'm combined that with the retro, with the music, with everything. That touched me on a deep level, actually. Ouya to me sounds like the most uninteresting console ever out. I don't know what's the point with that.
Okay.
I mean, I know it's open, but I mean, I know that Steam are quite open to independent developers. I really don't understand why I should play mobile games on my TV. Maybe you can educate me there, because I think it's so uninteresting. I mean, I tweeted that yesterday, and I saw that Ouya started to follow me. I don't know why, but because I don't know even. I think it just seems so boring. Why? Steam has some kind of filter taken out. I mean, it's that you're not cannot release anything, and I think it's good that you have some kind of filtration, because if you have anything out there, I mean, I don't think everybody can make a great game. So for me, Steam is enough for that, because they can a lot of different games, a lot of independent. They've done a lot for the independent scene. I think that is great, but for me, having an Ouya and playing all kinds of games, it's not that interesting. I don't think it's. I mean, I think Steam is enough, and I think it should be some kind of limitation, because if you have everything out there, it's gonna, it's not gonna work.
Okay.
The one thing I realized is that when they showed Killzone 4 was that you know, people don't care anymore. It's like, oh no, not again. And you know, I remember when in PlayStation 3 when they showed how Killzone 3 would look like, everybody was so pumped up, and now we're like, ah yeah, who gives a fuck, you know? And it's interesting because it feels like, okay, we are already there. It's happening. We demand a lot. I mean, the gamers, the reviewers, the journal, everyone. I mean, they're demanding so much, and I think it's good. That's gonna push the industry into something else. I just hope that this free to play goes away. Or why do we even call it free? It should be called fee to play or whatever. It's not free to play. Come on. But I mean, but I know some people think it's the future, and to be honest with you, I don't care. It's not fun, and you cannot. It's impossible not to take designer decisions if you want to make a free-to-play game. So I hope, sure, you can have that on iOS, iPhone, and Apple, and sure, players who never played games before will play that. I don't care, but for me, it's like I like the way Naughty Dog are working. I think they are like, you know, really a great company of how to do games, and many others, of course. Once again, we want the experience to be up to the players. So it's up to you what they're saying. Fill in the details. Like, you know, if you have a real language, then you start to interpretate and to understand what they're saying and blah blah blah. But here is open, up to you. It's like a simple story, and you understand through the language. You pretty much understand everything. You kind of realize that we don't even really need the language when you play that game. Not that, of course, but I mean. It's just it didn't need to, because it's not about the complexity in the story. It's about the simplicity of it, and that's a way to use that. To have a language that doesn't exist. It's more of a it's not about. I mean, I know many games have it. I don't many games, like for instance. Mass Effect or Uncharted, who's trying to do something different with the death, even Batman Arkham City. But you don't feel in games like you die, I think. You feel that you have failed. And that's a different thing, because if you die in a cutscene or whatever, then you see, oh shit, I'm dead. But if you die in a game, you feel like you failed. So in Brothers, we approach it in a different way. It's like, when you fail, the screen goes dark and you restart checkpoints. So that's pretty much it. It's more of a failure. It's not more about dying.